Right.
Sir, this is Rajesh, sir. Sir,
Rajesh, let me give you. Yes, Rajesh, you can record. Okay. Still anyone is missing? I guess no. Okay, fine. Right, and let me record from my side. It was started, right? Recording is started. Right, okay. So once you just turned on that machine, you will get this window like this. You will get. Vimala, you don't have. Let me check. Vimala. Vimala, you can record. You have the permissions. Okay, done. Fine. Yes. Okay, you will get this window, guys. Once you turn on the machine, you will get this window like this. You can see the screen. Okay, it is asking us to select the language. It is asking us to select the keyboard and all. Okay, location, time, and current format means it will choose US time. No problem. Keep it as it is. Okay, imagine the server is in the US. Okay, go to next. Just click on install now. Nothing. Installing Windows operating system is very easy. Very easy. Nothing is there. Next install. That's it. Okay, so if you see here, there are two editions. Okay, one is standard edition, second one is data center edition. Like how SQL Server is having editions, in the same way Windows servers also will have editions. Okay, so here you can see two editions: standard edition server core installation, standard edition GUI installation, data center server core installation, data center GUI installation. So guys, remember one thing: you can choose any edition, but make sure you choose GUI only, either standard GUI or data center GUI. Don't choose first and third options. You will get a command prompt screen, means GUI won't be there. Simply you will get a black screen. I am sure again at least one of you will do the same mistake and you will ask me, sir, I did not get anything after installation. I'm getting black screen. Again, I'm saying choose second or fourth option in this window. If you have any doubts, first of all, go through the recordings. Okay, so choose second or fourth. If you choose first or third, it will be installed, but you don't get any screen. It will be simply a command prompt screen. Okay, you will get. So I'm going to choose the data center with the GUI, fourth option. If you have any doubts, blindly choose the fourth option. Okay, go to next. And I accept the license terms. Next. Here you have to choose custom. Okay, not upgrade, just choose the second option, advanced custom. Okay, sometimes guys, see here the next button is disabled sometimes. Okay, you can see here the reason is you have to choose the disk. That's it, automatically it will be enabled. Okay, go to next. I gave you 25 GB, right? So that's why you can see 25 GB there. If you give 50 GB, you can see 50 GB disk will be created. Guys, that's it. This is how we'll install Windows operating system. Nothing we have to do now. Okay, simply next. You will choose advanced and you are going to choose the edition. Remaining everything is okay. Okay, now it will take 10 to 15 minutes to complete the installation, guys. Right, so let it be, guys. Now for the first time in my all batches, 41 batches, this is the 41st batch, I'm introducing Azure. Okay, in the meantime we'll create an Azure VM, guys. Okay, so what we are going to do is, instead, to avoid all these things, why? Because we don't need actually installing Windows operating system, creating virtual machines and all. It's not our work, it's a Windows team work. But if you are using on-prem servers, you have to use this setup, complete setup. Okay, but using Azure also you can do that, but there are a lot of limitations if you want to use Azure. One thing is you have to create Azure subscription, means simply you have to subscribe for Azure. Subscription means, you know, right? For example, if you are watching TVs and all, every month you are going to recharge. If you don't recharge, what happened? You don't get a subscription, right? So that is how it will work. So Azure subscription you need, means you have to create an account in the Azure. Okay, then what you have to do is, while creating this account, you have to provide your credit card details. Provide credit card details. If you have your credit card, Okay, sometimes it will accept debit card, but not sure. If you have credit card, either it can be yours or it can be your friends, anyone's. Okay, if you have your credit card, you can create an Azure subscription, so that you will get one free account. Okay, it will be valid for 30 days, and they will give you 14,000 rupees as a credit. This 14,000 will be should be used in 30 days, otherwise it will be expired. Okay, they will give you 14,000 rupees. Okay, they will give you 14,000 rupees. You can use this 14,000 rupees to practice the things. Okay, this is how it look like. Okay, see, if you see here, this is your Azure. Okay, so this is how it look like, guys. Clear, everyone? Okay, so this is how it look like, and I just created some virtual machines using this one. I just created some virtual machines using this one, and you can see these are the virtual machines I have created earlier. Okay, so very easy to create. No need to install any operating system on behalf of you. Microsoft itself will install Windows operating system for you. Okay, so in the meanwhile, what we are going to do, let's create one virtual VM. Okay, guys, that is on-prem. Guys, don't confuse here. You can choose Oracle VirtualBox. If you don't have any credit cards and all, then you can use Oracle Virtual on-prem. Okay, that what we are using now. You can use the same one. Okay, the machine, on-prem machine. You can use this setup, or else if you have credit card and all, if you want to go with the Azure subscription, you can create an Azure account. Creating Azure account, it's not a rocket science. Simply it will ask you how you are creating a Gmail. In the same way, you have to create your Azure account also. Okay, so it's very simple. Creating Azure account is very simple. Nothing it needed. It will need just your name, everything, and your address, and your email ID, and your credit card information. It will ask you, and it will give you a credit of, okay, 14,000 rupees. As of now, I have only 12,000. I guess I used most of that. 1 minute, it will load here. Just a minute, I will show you. Every time it will load. Okay, no problem. Let me go to home. Let me refresh. Yes, you can see here, right? 11,000 rupees credit is there for me. You can see here, 11,904 rupees. Okay, so create an Azure subscription, just very easy. Just it's normal account. Once you just created the account, you will get this screen. Go to Oracle, so not Oracle, virtual machine screen. Go to virtual machine screen. Now what you have to do here, just click on create. Okay, right? Click on create. You will get this window, create a virtual machine. Right, subscription is free trial only. We are going to use free trial only. And resource group, remember guys, I don't explain everything in the Azure subscription. Okay, very basic things, what and all needed, those things only I'll try to explain. Okay, so guys, a resource group means, simply if you don't know, here you can keep your cursor, you will get the some small definition. A resource group is a collection of resources that share the same life cycle, permissions, and policies. Forget about all this definition. Okay. Resource group means simply, say for example, if you want to create a VM, what and all things we covered till now for physical, for virtual machine in the Oracle, we gave memory, we gave CPU. Okay, right? Whatever like networks and all we are going to give. Next, network IP address we have to assign. So in the Azure, everything we are going to call it as a resource only. Everything, your CPU is a resource, your memory is a resource, your IPs are resource, everything, your disks, hard disk is a resource. That group of resources, you can call it as a resource group. Okay, group of resources. Why? Because while creating VM, you have to provide your CPU, you have to provide the memory, you have to provide the disks and all. So each one is a resource, right? Each one is a resource. Every component is a resource. We are going to tag all the components using this resource group. That's it. Okay. So for the first time, in case if you are creating a new resource group, you can create a new resource group just by clicking on create new. What I'm going to do, I'll create a new resource group, batch 41. Click OK. Okay, batch 41. Right. So virtual machine name is, or else let me create this one. What I can do, batch 41 RG. Batch 41 RG. RG means resource group. Okay, right. My virtual machine name is batch 41. Okay, this is my VM name. And from which location I told you, right? Cloud means on behalf of you, Microsoft is going to maintain the data centers. We have lot of data centers across the globe. Those are divided into regions. Okay, those are divided into regions. We have a lot of data centers from US, and we have from Australia, from Europe. Okay, from India also we have data centers from India also, and from Asia, Japan. Like this, we have different data centers from different regions. These are the regions. Okay, and here you can choose a nearest region. Please mute it, sir. Please mute it. Right, and here you can choose any region your wish, no issue. Okay, you can choose any region. Usually we are going to choose Southeast Asia, which is the Singapore data center. Okay, somewhere you can found Southeast Asia, South Africa, North, Southeast Asia. Here you can see Southeast Asia. Okay, I'm going to choose East US. East US free services eligible. Okay, I'm going to choose that East US. Right, now I'm going to choose the 2012 data center edition. Okay, you can choose the image from the drop down. Whatever image you want to choose, you can choose the image. Which operating system you want to install? Windows Server operating system. If Windows Server, which operating system? Windows 2012. Okay, whatever you want, you can choose from here. Image means simply which OS you are going to install in this. By using which image you are going to create the virtual machine. If you don't understand anything, not an issue at all. Okay, not an issue. Simply follow the instructions. Okay, right. Fine, I'm going to choose Windows 2012 Data Center Edition Gen 1. Okay, generation 1. Right, size is this one. There are different sizes. You can see there are different sizes, and again these sizes won't be available, depends upon the region. Okay, so if you go to Southeast Asia, which is Singapore region, you cannot see these sizes and all. Okay, so that is the problem. That's why I choose East US. Okay, so size you can choose from the existing sizes. Okay, if you go down, you can see all sizes. There you can choose whatever size you want, depends upon the region you selected. Username. Okay, what is the username you are going to use to log into this virtual machine? You are going to create batch 41 VM, right? To log into this machine, we are going to use credentials. If I want to log into your laptop, I have to use username and password, right? In the same way, to log into this machine, the one which I'm creating using cloud Azure VM, I have to provide the credentials. So I'm giving a username for that. What I'm going to give? Any username. B41 admin. Okay, admin. Password, choose one strong password, sir. Again, throughout the practice, we are going to use this password minimum 12 characters, one caps, one small, okay, and numbers, numeric. So choose a strong password. Don't use different passwords in different scenarios. You will be confused in which scenario I used what kind of password. If you are able to note down somewhere, note it down somewhere. But I prefer you to create one strong password. Use that same strong password across the training, throughout the training. Okay, right. I gave the username and password. By using this username and password only, I am going to log into the Azure Virtual VM. Right. Don't change anything. Keep it as it is. It will allow us to log into the server remotely. Keep it as it is. Public inbound rules. So keep it as it is. Next is, okay, disks. Now I choose the 25 GB, right, for on-prem machine. I just selected 25 GB. Here, automatically you will get a C drive with 128 GB. With 128 GB for Azure VMs, you will get a C drive. By default, you will get a C drive with 127 or 8 GB. Okay. So no need to add extra drives. In case if you still need extra drive, you can click on create and attach a new disk. You can add extra drive also. It is very easy. Okay. Select this one, create, attach a disk. how much storage you want. Okay, I want 256 GB. Go to change size, select 256 GB, click OK. You will get two drives now. One is 127 GB, which is C drive. Apart from that, you will get one more temporary disk that is around 8 GB. Apart from that, you will get this extra 256 GB storage. Clear? Right? Click OK. Don't do anything. Okay. So now after that, networking, guys. Go to networking. Here also don't do anything. Your virtual every server will be created under one VNet, means all the servers will be there under one network. Okay, if you want to understand what is network and all, it will take a lot of time. Forget about it. By default, it will create one VNet. Keep it as it is. Okay, if you want to create it manual, click on create new and create a VNetwork. Okay, virtual network. Subnet is automatically, it will be selected. Public IP automatically, it will be selected. Okay, NIC network security group, keep it as it is, don't change, keep it as it is. Here I'm not changing anything. You will get two IP addresses for Azure VM. One is public IP address, one is private IP address. Between machine, it is going to communicate with the help of private IP address. Means no, one server wants to another server, they are going to communicate with private IP addresses. Okay, we want to communicate with Azure VM, then we are going to use public IP. By using public IP, we are going to connect to the Azure VM. Okay, we cannot use private IP to connect to the Azure VM. Use public IP to connect to the Azure VM, so that you can connect to the Azure VM. Okay, right? This private IP, what is the use of the private IP, sir? One machine can talk to other machine using private IP. They cannot use public IP. Okay, so these two IPs will be automatically created. Nothing to worry, no need to give any values here. That's it, guys. Go to management. Here also you can go, here also you can go. Okay, next, management. Right here, don't do anything. Enable with manage storage account, keep it as it is. Don't change any value, don't enable any settings, keep it as it is. Go to next, advanced tab. Here also don't do anything, keep it as it is. Tags, you can tag it. Okay, what is this machine belongs to? This machine belongs to DBA training. Who is responsible for that? You can give the email ID. For example, we will have a lot of servers. Don't know which server is maintained by which team. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to simply tag it, so that this belongs to application team, this belongs to database team, this belongs to something something. Okay, so let me go with, imagine this server belongs to a HR team. Okay, so simply you can tag it HR team, contact details you can mention here. Okay, so it's also not mandatory, you can leave it blank if you want, and review and create. That's it. Okay, it will prepare a image. Now you can see how much it will charge. 9 rupees per hour. Your VM will be charged 9 rupees per hour. Anyhow, you are going to get 14,000 rupees as a credit. It will charge from that 14,000. No need to pay from your pockets. Okay, once that 1 month is over, create one more account with another same credit card. You can use same credit card, but you have to change your mobile number and you have to change your email ID. Okay, so simply click on create button, guys. Automatically machine will be created. It will just 2 minutes. Okay, if you go to this virtual machine, where it is now, it is still running, right? 80%. Okay, it is still taking time, but before to this on-prem machine, this Azure VM will be created immediately. I'll show you that as well. Nothing I did here. I gave storage, I gave CM, I have selected the operating system. Okay, I have selected the course, right? Select means system model I have selected. I gave a VM, I gave a resource group name. That's it. Remaining everything itself, it was created. So nothing I did, simply it is going to be deployed. Now it is going to install operating system. No need to install from our side. Automatically it will install with the 2012 operating system. It is going to create all the resources. See, these are all resources. Okay, this is network security group one resource, this is VNet one resource, this is IP one resource. The machine is creating now, this is one resource. All these resources for batch 41, you can call it as a resource group. Under batch 41 resource group, these are all the resources. Your server, your drives, Okay, and your network IP addresses, all these resources will be under one resource group. Clear, everyone? Any issues, any doubts? But again, this is not Azure class, but still nothing to worry. To simplify the things, I used this Azure VM. Okay, why? Because you might not have 6 GB RAM or 8 GB RAM. You will face difficulties in creating the things. So that's why we are using this Azure VM, so that you can achieve, even though you have less RAM, also you can create Azure VMs. You will get a machine. See, the one which I am creating now, this is around 3.5 GB RAM. Okay, the one which I am creating now, this is around 3.5 GB RAM. You will get a machine with a 3.5 GB. Your deployment is complete. If you see here, deployment is completed. Now the machine is ready, guys. Go to the resource. Okay. Or else you can simply go to home. There you can see again virtual VMs. Go to virtual VMs. The one which you have created, you can see on top. Select that one. And you can see here the machine is up and running. If you see here, there is a public IP address which will be changed. See, once your work is completed, stop it, guys. Otherwise, it will charge you. Okay, if your work is completed, stop the machine. Simply go to virtual machines. You can see stop option, stop it. Okay, you will get this IP address. This is a public IP address. By using this public IP address only, you can connect to the virtual VMs, Azure VMs. Okay, and once you stop the machine, the public IP address will be changed. While stopping machine, it will ask you to reserve the public IP address. In case if you want, you can reserve it. See here, if I stop it, it will ask you, do you want to reserve the public IP address? If you select it, whatever IP address it gave, it will reserve for you. If you don't select it, automatically it will allocate. Next time, once you start the machine, you will get a new IP address, new public IP address. Guys, is it clear, everyone? Any issues, any doubts? Already VM installed. See, my on-prem machine is still taking time. Okay, this is my on-prem machine. Now it is installing. After that, I have to enable remote settings. After that only I can connect. But now VM is already installed. Okay, now how can I connect to this Azure VM, sir? Copy this IP address. We are going to connect to the server remotely now. Okay, how to connect to the server remotely? Can anyone tell me?
MSTSC.
Very good, guys. Tomorrow I'll explain what is meant by remote connections, why we have to go for remote connections, what is meant by office network. Okay, how we are going to connect to the servers, what is the way how we are going to connect to the servers. Everything I'll explain tomorrow with the diagrams, nothing to worry. As of now, I'm connecting to this Azure VM using one tool. The tool name is remote desktop, RDP or RDC, remote desktop protocol, remote desktop connection. Using this tool, I'm going to connect to the server remotely. Why? Because the server, where it was created, guys, can anyone tell me where this server is created? Where this server is created?
In the cloud.
Windows.
Cloud.
Cloud.
Very good. In which location it was created?
East US.
East US. Means if I want to connect to the server, first of all, I have to book one flight ticket. I have to go to the US and I have to connect to the server, right? Right.
Right.
So the Azure subscription is free, but if you want to connect, come to my location. You can connect to the server. Is it how it is going to work? No. Wherever you
No, we
are,
can access it.
you can access it from anywhere. You can access it from your laptop. You can access it from anywhere. If you have better bandwidth, if you have good internet, you can access the server which I have created now. You can access it from anywhere. No need to go to US, or no, if I created my machine in the Singapore, no need to go to Singapore to connect to the server. But if you want to access my machine, you have to come to Bangalore only. The one which I have created, the on-prem machine, you have to come to Bangalore to access this machine. Why? Because this machine is created in the Bangalore. Okay, that is the challenge. Okay, so now the Azure VM, you can connect it from anywhere. So how to connect to that machine? I'm going to use one tool called RDP, remote desktop. Click on this Windows button, type remote, you will get remote desktop, or else there is a shortcut MSTSC. You can use this, you will get this window. It will ask, sir, which server I have to connect. It will either take the computer name or it will either accept the IP address. Now we have the IP address, right? This is the public IP address, right? Copy. This is the copy symbol. Click on this copy once, automatically it will be copied. Go to this tool, paste it here, click on connect button. Immediately you will get the screen like this. The one which we gave earlier while creating this machine. Anyone remember the username and password? I asked you to create one strong password. Remember that password. Anyone remember the username?
Batch 41. Batch
Batch
41.
51.
Very good.
Batch 41.
Batch 41.
Admin. Okay. And I gave one password. That password I have to give here. You will get a window like this. Once everything is successful, you will get a yes or no screen. You have to click on yes. Then it is how you are going to connect to the servers in the organization remotely like this. This is exactly a real-time replica. Once you go to the organization, this is how you have to connect to the servers, guys. No change, not even a single change. Customers will give you the server name or IP address. Simply you have to open MSTSC. You have to copy paste the server name and you have to give means your team. Once you are selected to the company, your Windows team will give you a separate credentials for you. You have to use that credentials to logging into the servers. Now see, this is the Windows server. This is a real-time server. Okay, if you want to minimize, you can minimize the server. Okay, you can open the server like this. This is server manager, you can close it. But still my on-prem machine is ready. Okay, it is taking time. Okay, of course it was completed. It is asking. Now this is the username and password. See, I don't want to confuse. I just want to compare both so that you will get some clarity. Don't confuse here. This is the one I am creating an on-prem machine in my local laptop. I'm creating this machine. But this is the one I have created using Azure. Very quick, very fast, and you will get the servers with more RAM also. The one which I have created only 2 GB, it will be very slow, guys. Okay, but the one which I have created in the Azure, it is around 3.5 GB. It is very quick, very fast. You can see here standard DS1, 1V CPU means we have only one CPU and 3.5 GB of memory. And we have installed Windows Server 2012 Data Center Edition. Clear, guys? So you can, for practice, either you can use, see here, guys, I have created 3 drives, right? Okay, go to this, open my computer. You can see 3 drives now. Okay, go to computer. You will get one C drive, which is C drive. Okay, around 126 GB, and D drive around 7 GB. And you are missing with one more drive. Where is that? We have added one more drive, right? How much storage it is?
56 GB.
Right. So once you added any drive, it will be attached in your disk management. Open disk management, disk mg-empty.msc, guys. This is, forget about it. These things and all will be discussed later. I just want to attach the one which we have already created. I want to attach the drive. That's it. Okay. Go to disk management.msc. Here you can see the newly added drive 256 GB. Right click, new simple volume. Next. I'm going to assign one drive letter for this drive. Let me go with this K drive letter. Next, the volume name is okay, data drive. Okay, so simply I'm just giving a name, data, finish. That's it, guys. Once it was ready, this black will become blue bar, and now it is formatting. Now it will be available in a minute. Okay, and once it is available, now you can see the drive. Now it was available. Now go to the my computer. Now you can see the drive is added. This is how we are going to manage. This is how simple it is, how quick it is. Azure VMs, how fast it is. So now our practice will be there on Azure VMs. See, forget about it. I am getting, the source might be anything, guys. Whether I am creating or I am getting from Azure, that is different thing. At the end of the day, I have the server or not, right? Agree? From where we are getting, either VMware or VirtualBox or Hyper-V or Azure VM, whatever it might be. At the end of the day, do we have server to install SQL Server or not? I have my Windows Server to install SQL Server. So I am going to use this Windows Server to install my SQL Server, guys. Any issues, any doubts, any questions? I'm going to assign, okay, username. Username is administrator. That is by default you will get. This is my on-prem machine. Okay, I'm going to assign. Why? Because if you don't have memory, you can practice Azure. If you don't have credit card, you can practice on-prem. But at least I want to provide you a good platform to practice. That's why I'm struggling. Is it clear, everyone? Any issues, any doubts?
Shanmukh, you said like once we keep running our that VM, so not VM actually, Azure VM, so that it is getting charged. Okay,
Yes, yes.
so you added like by default it is giving 25 GB, right? So we
That
have
is
added
on-prem. That is on-prem.
oh, sorry. No, for this
We have
Azure
added,
VM, they
yes.
have given,
Very
we
good.
had
Okay,
in
very good
256
question.
GB.
That's what, very good
Yeah.
question. Every resource is chargeable. The disks, see here, I'll show you. Okay, let me refresh. You can see how much charge they are going to take. Okay, I have other VMs also. If you go to this one, okay, you can see resource group. Under resource group, you can see the billing. Okay, and go down, go down, go down. Yes, this one. Okay, just click on this one. You will get a window like this, and select select resource groups. Okay, you will get the resource group. As of now I have two resource group. One is my old resource group, second one is batch 41 resource group. Under batch 41, what and all resources are there, you have to charge for all the resources. You have to pay for all the resources. You have to pay for VM, you have to pay for disk, you have to pay for IP addresses. The worst thing is you have to even pay for IP address also. Okay, if you expand this one, you can see here. See here, this is one machine which is charging 264 rupees. Means the day one, from day one onwards till now, I just paid 264 rupees. And for this machine, I paid 255 rupees. This machine I paid, these are the machines. And these are the disks here. You can see here, disk. Okay, you can see the disks. See here, the description is disk. And for one disk, I paid almost all 184 rupees. Another disk, 180 rupees. Even you can go down. Okay, you can see the network IP addresses also. Okay, IP addresses, you have to pay for it. And of course, if you are not using, no need to pay. You can see the charging is like 0 rupees and all. Now you can see every component it will be charged. And of course, the good thing is you will get 14,000 rupees as a credit, and that money will be deducted from that credit. No need to pay a single rupee from your pocket. Okay, clear? Is it clear? Any issues, any doubts, please?
Shanmukh, actually, initially we have given that credit card things, right?
Yes.
So after 30 days, will it be possible to
No,
take
what happened is
automatically?
auto upgraded is not there. It will ask you whether you want to continue the services. If you don't want to continue, it won't charge you. If you want to continue, based on the usage, it is going to charge from your credit card.
So they'll ask for the confirmation before that.
But not for every single rupee, they don't ask confirmation.
No. I'm
Yes,
asking
before
about that
proceeding deducting money,
after 30
yes.
days, they'll
After
ask
30
for
days,
whether you want to
if you still
continue.
want to continue, you can continue by paying. Automatically, it will be deducted from your credit card, but it will ask you, do you want to continue the services or not? Okay, if you want to continue, then it will take the amount from the credit card.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we can select like which one we can which is our option only. We either we want to go for this.
Yes. That's purely our option. If you want, if after 1 month, you can simply log out from the machine, log out from the account. It won't charge you anything. But before doing that, better remove all the resources whatever you have created, so that safe side, just safe side. Of course, it won't charge automatically, but better remove all the resources so that it won't charge.
Okay.
Any questions, guys? Now the server is ready. Windows server is ready. Now the environment is ready. Next thing is tomorrow onwards, we are going to install SQL Server. Okay. Tomorrow, the class, we are going to start at 7 o'clock. Then we are going to start discussing how to install SQL Server. Okay, so tomorrow complete day, 2 hours it will take to install SQL servers. Tomorrow I'll completely, whatever things we did till now, everything belongs to Windows team. We don't do these activities in the organization. Again, nothing to worry. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to do the activity. Once the Windows machine is ready, Windows people will let us know, hey, the machine is ready. You can use to install your SQL server. Then we start installing SQL server. Tomorrow onwards, actual DBA work will start. Agree? Clear? We have 1 minute time. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, tomorrow we'll meet at 7 o'clock, and you can ping me in the WhatsApp also if you still have any questions. Please share the link. Yes, Muthu. Okay, you will get it. No problem. Any questions? Any doubts? If you don't have proper VM, proper laptop and all, better go for Azure VM. It will be helpful for you. Okay. So you know, right, how to create Azure VMs and all. It's not a big deal. Very simple. Creating Azure VMs and all. Just now, whatever I did, just follow the same steps. You can easily create the VMs, Azure VMs.
So,
Shanmukh,
And one more
small
thing,
question,
it's
like
not Azure class. Don't ask me any doubts from Azure classes. Okay, even I am preparing for yourself only. Those who don't have RAM and all, those who don't have proper laptops and all, I am preparing for yourself only. Not like completely Azure I am teaching. Yes, yes. You can
Shanmukh,
ask
a
me
small
in
doubt, like
the
how
Google,
to move
in the
from
wait. You can ask me.